Welcome, Gabriel family. Thank you for joining us for another video. Uh, so the purpose of this video basically is to just to look ahead to the second ODI match, and I've seen some issues with this West Indies team, and I want to highlight some of the issues and to see how best we can resolve these issues going forward. So cricket, in my estimation, is made up of four dimensions. Number one is batting, number two, bowling, number three, fielding, and number four, the mental capacity. Now, looking back on the first ODI match, I must commend Ruston Chase and Sherfield Rutherford for that exceptional partnership in a time that West Indies needed that partnership, because the last wicket we were at 4 wicket for 100 runs, and they came out and they batted very well. And shortly before the rain came, I could see Sherfield Rutherford was really changing gear, and they were in total control of that partnership. And who knows, we don't know how far they would have gotten, but I must say kudos to them for that well constructed partnership. But there are some deep issues that I'm seeing with this West Indian team, and the issues that I'm seeing is not during this ODI only, because they I would have seen them in the T20 matches as well. The first point that I want to put forward, and is that West Indies have issues rotating the strike. We are soaking up too many dot balls, and we need to find a way to push the ball off the square in order to get a run or two or even three, right? West Indies is all about boundaries, and there are times in the match when we are not able to score boundaries freely. But if we use the ones, the twos, the threes, we can still get to a sizable total without hitting a lot of boundaries and sixes, right? So West Indies players need to improve in that aspect of the game. Number two, I want to highlight is the fact that I want to make this point before I move on. I was very disappointed in the way that our top orders keep getting out. It's really unacceptable at this level of cricket. Athanase especially was horrible the way he got out, and I think Brandon King need to be more patient at the top of the innings. He is trying too hard to hit boundaries. He needs to play himself in. ODI cricket, you have enough time to get in, play yourself in, and then you can attack the board, right? ODI cricket is not T20 cricket, right? So Going into this second match, I would really want to see some improvements in the top order. Casey Carty, for me, Casey Carty will play, the hard part of the cricket, and then he just throws his wicket away. It seems like, and I could be wrong, but I think Casey Carty need to work on his temperament, right? Because he will play through the tough part of the innings, and then he just throw his wicket away. And what I find too especially with him, when he's not scoring any runs, he seems to get frustrated and he just throw his wicket away, and that's not good. Right? So there are some improvements needed at the top of the order, and as I get closer to the end of this video, I will be providing my proposed 11, and I'm definitely going to shuffle the opening batsmen, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so the next point I will make is that the bowlers are not taking wickets. We have this issue from the T20. In fact, only 2 wickets were taken by the spinners in the T20, the 3 T20 games. It's not good. The spin bowlers need to back up, and I mean, with the exception of Moti, the other spin bowlers need to back up the pace bowlers, right? We need wickets in the power play. We have not been doing that, right? And we need to be more attacking. And the next issue I have, the fast bowlers, they are leaking too many runs. Alzarri Joseph, at this point in your career, you should be much more economical than that. You have a knack for taking wickets, but you leak too many runs, and that hurts the team. So those are some of the areas we need to tighten up, and the feeling is atrocious as well, especially the ground feeling, right? We misfield too many balls, we misfield, and we need to tighten up on that in order to win this match, in a few hours from now, to keep the series alive and to have a chance of winning the ODI series, right? Another issue I have with the batters, we have issues putting together or constructing some good partnerships, right? ODI, Test cricket, or T20, all 3 formats are about constructing good partnerships. When you construct good partnerships, that's the only way you can score big totals, right? So we need someone or a few persons to step up tomorrow, and in fact, it's not tomorrow. We need a few persons to step up a few hours from now, right? To get us some good partnerships, right? Similar to what Ruston Chase and Sherfy and Rutherford would have done in the last game, right? It's just a shame that, the rain came and affected, the outcome, but they were batting really well. And that's how we should be manipulating the bowlers, right? We need to put pressure on the bowlers, but we should not play carelessly, right? And that's what Brandon King has been doing. He's trying to put pressure, but he's throwing his wicket away. So he needs to be a bit more patient, give himself a little bit more time, and then you can attack and dominate and put pressure on the bowlers, right? West Indies batsmen need to be able to bat spin bowling. The subcontinent pitches are all about spin bowling, and we cannot be going into the subcontinent and we cannot, bat spin bowling, right? We need to improve in that area very, very much in all formats. It's a very few persons on the team can bat spin bowling, and that's not good, right? So we need to improve on that going forward. Darren, Sammy, you have a lot of work to do. I have done a little research looking on the last 10 matches, ODI matches that West Indies would have played when we would have batted first, right? Because I just want to see the level of runs that we have scored batting first. And as you would have seen on the screen, only 2 times West Indies would have scored over 300 runs batting first in an ODI game. And that's unacceptable, right? We should be making 300, 350 regular in ODI matches, right? It's important to note that West Indies would have scored 326 against England on December 3 last year. So that's another 300 that we would have scored, right? However, I was looking on batting first, because when you bat first, then you are not depending on the opponents, because if the opponents makes less than 300, then you can't make 300. So I was looking on when we would have batted first, right? And if you look on the two teams that they would have made over 300 are Nepal and the Netherlands, right? With all due respect to these two teams, but these two teams are not numbered amongst the best in terms of on the world stage, right? So there is a serious issue with batting in West Indies cricket. It's a serious issue. We are not scoring any runs, we are not taking any wickets, we are not fielding the ball. We are and we don't have good temperament, for the game. So we are failing in all aspects of the game. And there is dire need, right, for this to improve, so that we can, be counted amongst the best again as it relates to ODI cricket. ODI cricket takes a lot of concentration, and a lot of, resilience as well. Because sometimes the conditions will be tough, especially in Sri Lanka now. Those conditions are tough to play in, right? But we have to have the right mindset in order to be able to play to the best of our ability. Now, another thing that these scores would have, suggest is that West Indies have issues batting on 50 overs as well. If you look on the screen, in fact, West Indies would have made 86 against England of 23 overs. That's a very, very poor run rate, And a lot of time we would have, not batted out the 50 overs. So we need to improve. Our cricket needs improvement. There's no two way about it. We need improvement. when I look, we may need Edmaya back in the team, and also Puran. If they are not available, then we need to probably invest in some of the young persons, that are coming up. So, but there is a need for improvements in the team, in all departments. Now, I really do not want to bash the bowlers so much. Jaden Seals and Shamar Joseph, they are learning. They are in a learning phase, and the only way they can learn is to continue to play them. They need to learn, how to bowl in white ball cricket. Alzari Joseph, at this point, you should be place in the team should be cemented, and right now I am really considering whether or not to play in the next game. There are a lot of improvements needed, Alzari. You are leaking too many runs, both in ODI, in Test cricket, and also in T20 cricket. You are not bowling very well. As I said, I try to be balanced. You are very good in taking wickets. Always, play a ball attacking in order to take wickets, and I can commend you on that. But you need to find a way to stop the hemorrhage of runs against your name. I've also done a little research, right, as it relates to our opening batsmen. I've looked on the last 10 games, the partnerships that they would have given us at the top of the order, and it's not looking good. Only two innings, look, only 2 innings. If you look on the screen, our opening batsmen would have given us a good start. That's not good. The purpose of the opening batsman would have been to set the tone for the other batsmen to come in. Right, so we always need to have good start from our opening batsmen. And we have tried so many different opening pairs, and it's like nothing, has changed. So, and this will lead me into my starting 11, or my proposed starting 11 for tomorrow. I definitely need a change at the top, and with Evan Lewis available, then I need to make a decision as to whether or not I will use Brandon King or Alec Athanase. Right? So Evan Lewis is a left-hand batsman. Right? Evan Lewis is a left-hand batsman. Now, in modern cricket, you want to keep left and right hand batsman, because that makes it very more difficult for the bowlers to bowl at. If they are bowling to 2 left hand batsmen, it would be much easier. So with that said, I would select Brandon King, and not only that, Brandon King would have made a couple good scores. I think he would have made 100 against Oman last year in the ICC World Cup qualifier, and he would have made 76 against the Netherlands in the same qualifier. I think the only good score I can remember Athanase gave us would have been, I think he would have made 66 against England in that England tour of the West Indies last year, right? Yeah, and I can remember he would have made a 45. Can't recall which team he would have made it against. Probably in India or Australia. Right, so I think with that, because to be honest with you, Brandon King do not have any, other than that 76 and the 100, he doesn't have any good score either. So both of them are not really playing well, but I will go with him because of the right hand combination and also because he would have made a century and a 76 in the ICC qualifier last year, right? So I would have uh, Brandon King, Evan Lewis to open. I would continue Casey Carty at number 3. Number 4 would be Shea Hope, and Shea Hope needs to score some runs. That's just, I don't really have much to say, but Shea Hope needs to score some runs. And what the thing about it, the teams are the new policy with West Indies cricket. It is not a case where the captain game is sure anymore, because the teams are chosen by the coach predominantly select the team, right, because of the new policy. And I'm going to make a video on that policy. Going forward, I need to make a video explaining the new policy from the cricket West Indies, right? So Shea Hope need to score some runs. I don't need to get into why he needs to score runs, but it's very obvious that we need some runs from Shea Hope, right? At number 5 would be Sherfield Rutherford, so I would drop Alec Athanaze, right? Sherfield Rutherford would be at number 5, and my number 6 would be Ruston Chase, right? Those two goes without saying. They were our best performers in terms of batting in the last game. My number 6, 7 would be Romario Shepherd, right? And Gudakish Moti would be at number 8. And then my 3 seam bowlers, Alzari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, and Jaden Seals. So that's my 11 that I would select for tomorrow's game, right? As I said before, I would select Evan Lewis, Brandon King, Casey Carty, Shea Hope, Sherfield Rutherford, Ruston Chase, Romario Shepherd, Gudakish Moti, Alzari Joseph, Shamar Joseph, and Jaden Seals. That would be my proposed starting 11 for tomorrow. If you object to my team, you may share your views in the comment section, and you may share also your proposed starting 11 as well. This is where I'm going to finish for today. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the content, and I wish the West Indies men's ODI team best of luck tomorrow. I hope they will respond well and to win that game comprehensively against Sri Lanka. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.